Okay guys, welcome back. We are on the Mythmore Prime server. I do apologize for yesterday. Life just kind of got in the way and I did mean to put out a video, but yeah, as soon as I got one thing accomplished, something else came up, and then something else, and then something else, and ultimately I ended up having to take my wife to her church meeting. So by the time we got back from that, I was already past my bedtime for being able to get enough sleep for work this morning. So yeah, it just wasn't going to happen. But we're going to try to kick one out today. Obviously, this guard still seems to think that he needs to inhabit my mind, and I have yet to figure out how to kick him out, other than the possibility of targeting something and screaming for help and seeing if he comes running. But I don't think there's going to be anything really to target. There hasn't been hostiles over this way for a little while now. I don't have any Spirit Templars. Yeah, I don't see anything off that way. See, I would end up having to go for a good little distance just to find something, I think. That's alright. We'll let him be for now. But I do want to get in here and see just where this tunnel leads. So last episode, a couple of days ago, we discovered that the previous owner had this slope down, leading to that wall. And if we come over here, right, kind of right there, we can see that there's another tunnel down there. So I don't know. I'm guessing this has to go down further. Inventory, pickaxe. Okay, so let's back up just a second here. Yeah, we can't see anything in here other than right here at the very end, I think. Yeah. Okay, so that, man, that actually kind of annoys me a little bit that that tunnel's even there. But I want to see where it leads. So we're going to have to take this down another notch. If I can remember which way we're going here. Okay, so we're going to be tunneling down. Instead of standard mining, we'll tunnel down. That's 4. Oh, you know what? Let's do this one. We're going to cancel that one, cancel that one. We're going to go get some food and water. Ah, I'm lost in my own mind. There we go. So, yesterday, Qzar put out a new video, and it seems like he puts out one for Wurm like once a week, maybe once every couple of weeks. Apparently, he's been kind of holed up in his own place. He's said he's in, I think he said Maine. And today was a pretty, well, I watched it today, but yesterday's video was a pretty quick one. He was just kind of showing an overview of what he's been doing. I believe he's over on the Melody server on official Wurm Online. And yeah, from what I understood, there was a mass shooting a couple of days ago that took the lives of like 15 people. and he was discussing that and a little shaken up about it. So if you don't see any of his videos for a little while, that could be why. Um, I have never spoken to the guy. Um, I don't. I mean, I mentioned his channel a few times on in my videos. I don't seem to recall him ever mentioning my channel, but that's okay. I'm not out to get any of the glory. I'm just doing videos to because I mean this is a game I enjoy playing, and I'm trying to encourage other people that may not have ever tried the game or may not have ever even heard of the game to come and check it out. It is worth giving a shot to. Yeah, it can be buggy. Yeah, it's been in the works for a long time. Um, there's excuse me, hiccups. Um, there's certain things that are not as refined as some of the newer games, um, but it's got its own appeal to a certain kind of person or a certain type of people. Um, I tend to um, promote a lot of, or have in the past, promoted a lot of MMORPGs, mostly medieval style. Um, I do these base building type survival games. Um, I haven't done a lot of videos on them, but I do enjoy playing them. Matter of fact, I just picked up a couple more that I'm probably gonna do a couple of features on. First time looks videos here pretty soon. But we won't get into that right now. I just wanted to kind of give you an update on Qzar in case anybody was wondering. Um, Old Bitty Gaming did a video yesterday for Wurm, um, Wurm Unlimited, on her Westlake property on her private server. Um, there was no audio. She said that she checked it in her editing software and there was audio there, and apparently when it got uploaded to YouTube there was a glitch or something, or may have been a glitch, who knows. um, YouTube's been known to do some funny things in the past, but to be fair, so has Twitch, so has pretty much every platform out there has its own little quirks. And it is just software. So you got however many people trying to run this particular software company. I mean, honestly, how many people does it take to run Google? I mean, they're worldwide. And McAfee's as well as Norton are both well-known antivirus companies. I'm sure they've got a plethora of staff as well. But at the end of the day, it's still just software. The software can only do what we tell it to do, and sometimes we as humans can make mistakes, or um, not necessarily count on a specific thing to happen that causes a chain reaction, um, which ultimately ends up in there being a glitch. Um, you know, we can have additional software that checks additional software that checks additional software that's supposed to be checking the main software, 15 layers deep. But at some point, something is just going to end up happening. So today's video was here, or I'm sorry, not here. We're on Mythmore Prime today. But today's video for Old Bitty Gaming was over on Seattle Sanctuary. That's my private/public server. I pay for it. It is mine. I'm the one that set it up. I do, all of the um, editing and maintenance and all that stuff on it, but it is open to the public. There's no password needed. Um, Biddy mentioned today that I may have the few of the settings off just a tad. So probably Sunday. Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys are going to have to tolerate it until then. But probably Sunday I'll go in and see if I can tweak the settings a little bit. Um, and I think out of the entire list of mods that I want to or that I'm considering putting on, and the list of ones that I have already considered and decided to implement, I think the one that allows the Discord chat is going to be the first that I try to figure out. Um, there's a few other tweaks that I want to get dealt with as well that take priority. But if the Discord chat is actually working, then even if I'm at work and something happens on the server, as long as it's mentioned in that particular chat room or chat tab or whatever, so it'd be like, for instance, GL Freedom Chat or the Help channel. Um, then I'll get notification from Discord and I can always respond. Um, but that is not currently implemented. I'm going to start working on that to get that going. Um, the harvest timer apparently is a bit fast. I was watching her video and I didn't realize just how quick it was. Now, to my defense, it's still set at default. Whatever I I have the server being hosted over on Ping Perfect. This is not an advertisement for them. They have not asked me to advertise. I'm not an affiliate, an associate, or nothing. I just pay for server space. But that's where it's being hosted at right now. Um, and their setup files is what I'm going off of. Now, most of them have been adjusted accordingly. Sure, they still probably need a few tweaks here and there, but the numbers that were put in by default for, oh, there we go, for the harvest timer is what I'm kind of going off of. Come on, show me where it's at. Oh, 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 don't do that. I just want to see a little bit. Okay, so we probably need to go down another tier there. See where that puts us. I want to try to match these tunnels up because, well, honestly, I'm kind of hoping that. Oops, are we on the right wall? Daggone it. Okay, right there. So that should be going up, yeah? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so that comes down, and this is the wall we want to be working on. Anyway, I'm actually kind of hoping the previous tenant, deed owner, whatever, managed to find iron down here. So I want to see what his tunnel looks like, and um, if it actually worked out for him. Mm. Sorry, I had to take a swig of coffee. But either way, I mean, I'm not one for caving or for following tunnels down per se. Um, I like flat, but eh, We can follow this one down, and wherever it leads, we can actually open it up there, I guess, for it to be a nice wide open room. So Old Biddy did mention in her video today, if we are doing videos, her or I, as I went ahead and turned her into a GM over there, well, one of her alts anyway, um, we'll keep monitoring this help channel as well as the GL Freedom channel. If you're on the server and you need some help with something or whatever, we'll try to monitor those two channels. If and that was one of the other fixes that I'm working on, is trying to get that help to pop up. Sure, I know there are some people that would prefer there not to be any chat tabs. They just want to be left alone. That's fine. But if you're playing on my server, you're gonna have to just keep closing them out. Yeah, it may be a pain in the tuchus when you first log in, because you got to close out what, 4 tabs, but it's not hard to do. Um, you can't close out the local, but like the okay, trade channel, I don't want it. Hit the X. It's gone. I don't need the server staff list right now. Hit the X. It's gone. The server information, I don't need that right now. Okay, hit the. It's easy. If you don't want the help channel to pop up, that's easy too. Open your character window, right click on your paper doll, go to manage. Right there, if my cursor will actually go up right today, go down here to profile. That opens this window up. Hide. Global Kingdom Chat, Global Trade Channel, regular Kingdom Chat, CA Help. You can hide all of those. You can leave them open and just hide the startup message if you want to. So I'm not forcing anyone to have the tabs open, but I am going to implement the tabs so that those that don't know the game, or that have questions, or that are new to the game, and maybe maybe they've only got 20 hours in and they're still trying to figure some stuff out. I want them to have a spot where they know they can go and ask a question, and at some point somebody's going to answer them. Because that's what, you know, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be able to help each other out, especially if we're promoting a game that we enjoy. And some of the Wurm players that I've met just in the couple of years that I've been playing um, have been playing this since it came out. I mentioned that I've got over 1,000 hours into the game, and I got called a noob because there are people with literally hundreds of thousands of hours. There are people with tens of thousands of hours. Um, you know, every day for multiple hours a day, literally every day of the week, they're on their deed, they're doing something, they're in their alliance, they're doing something, they're on their buddy's deed doing something. It's what they enjoy doing. This is their escape from reality, is this world. So yeah, there are people with literally tens, if not hundreds of thousands of hours in this game. That's a lot of hours. But there are also people with 2, you know? Um, it's the people with only a few hours that don't have a clue really what they're doing, because there really isn't much of a tutorial system here. You're going to have questions. Sure, you can bring up the recipe window if you know what you're typing. Um, okay, I typed in the word water. Well, but I'm looking for a fountain. I call them water fountains. How do I build a water fountain? because that's what's out, at the entryway to my deed. If I want to build one myself, why can't I find the recipe? Well, that's easy. It's because it's not actually called a water fountain in the game. But you may not know that. Um, those are the types of questions that people tend to have sometimes. Now, if I typed in fountain, there you go. Now you got three different fountains. Um, but some people, new players aren't going to know that. They're not going to know that some of these bridges you actually need two people for. Because you got to have one that actually stands on either side of the chasm so that you can build the bridge, because you got to be able to survey it, or whatever they want to call it. Um, somebody may be getting frustrated. I read a post earlier. Um, this person, and they went through, I mean, they actually wrote paragraphs, and I read most of it, about their first day's experience in this game, and how they ran around and ran around and ran around and couldn't get anything accomplished. They were checking Wurmpedia, and it said that you had to use a hatchet to cut down trees and a shovel to dig with, and there were, no matter what they did, they equipped their hatchet, they couldn't cut down a tree. They equipped their shovel, they couldn't dig anywhere. They assumed you couldn't dig in grass or dirt or sand, or because, well, it wasn't letting them. Turns out what they did, let's pretend the mall, oops, wasn't equipped. What they were doing, and I'll actually activate it so that you can see. Pretend the mall doesn't exist, okay? What they were doing was taking the pickaxe from their inventory, equipping it, clicking on the wall. Oh, nope, I can't mine. And they'd go from this wall to that wall to the other wall to another wall. Then they'd go to a different area and check that wall. They didn't understand that they had to activate the tool. Didn't say anything about that on Wurmpedia when they looked. They couldn't find it anywhere. Turns out that they got so wrapped up in trying to figure this out that they actually got lost on the server that they were on. They were wandering around for so long that they got lost and they couldn't find their way back. The only thing they could find was a scorpion. And they figured, okay, well, if I die, maybe I'll go back to my starting spot and I can try again, which is what happened. They died. They went back to their starter area, the town they started in, um, and as soon as they got there, they got an invite for a village. But they were too afraid to accept it because they didn't want anyone to know that they were a noob, and they were very shy, so they didn't feel comfortable asking for help. Um, hey, I don't get it. How come I can't dig? And I'm not trying to make fun of this person. So, please don't take it that way. Well, the wall's going to break soon. Um, what I'm saying is, I want to make sure that there is a help channel available for those that are willing to ask for it. If you don't want the help channel on your screen and you're on my server, close it. Because, to me, that says that you're not willing to help others anyway. So you're just going to kind of be on your own. And that's fine. Go be on your own. Cave wall sounds hollow. A dangerous side shaft could emerge. Okay. I'm not saying that anybody has to help other people on my server. I'm not. you want to come on and just do your own thing, by all means, come on, do your own thing. But I'm putting that tab in if I can figure out how to do it so that those that don't know what they're doing have a spot they can ask and somebody will give them an answer. Sure, I would prefer if everyone left it open and they were, anyone that asked a question could get an answer, whether you're a GM or not, a chat moderator or not, any admin position whatsoever or not. If you have the answer and somebody's asking a question, it would be nice if you just share the answer. Trying to figure out why this won't open. The cave wall sounds hollow. A dangerous side shaft could emerge. You start to mine down. Um, Let me see here if I'm actually getting... Okay, mining is at 36.471760. Let's find out. Mining's not going up. So maybe it won't let me. Let's see. I wonder. Copy line. Give me just a second. I'm going to pull this up on Wurmpedia. Or, well, I'm going to search for it real quick. And see if I can get some kind of an answer here. Mining warnings. Yep, it is Wurmpedia. Okay. Surface highway. I'm trying to find that exact one. I'm not seeing that exact one here. You hear crumbling on the other side of the wall, and the floor starts to crack. The shaft would be too steep and unstable. A blank on the surface disturbs your operation. A surface highway interferes with your tunneling operation. The current tile needs a flat border level with the bottom of the adjacent cave entrance. The current tile needs needs to face the same direction as the adjacent cave entrance. Lowering the floor further with such a high ceiling would make the cavern unstable. This one's close. The cave walls echo strangely. There must be an open tunnel diagonal from the wall you are mining, and you would need to approach from a different direction. The cave walls look very unstable. Mining here would open a cave exit. Cave walls look very unstable and dirt flows in. Mining here would open a cave exit. Ceiling is too close. The ground is too steep to mine it at here. You cannot create a tunnel here. The ground sounds strangely hollow, and there must be open space under the surface that would make the entrance unstable. You hear crumbling beneath your feet. The tunnel to the open cave underneath would be far too steep and unstable. The mountainside would risk crumbling. You can't open a tunnel on the surface this steep. You realize you can't open a tunnel here because the surface is too flat. That's different. You notice dirt flowing in, so you stop mining. Breaking through the ceiling here would bury you alive. That's a little ominous. The water is too deep to mine here. The roof sounds dangerously weak, and you stop mining. It must be too close to the rock surface to. It must be too close to the rock surface to continue. If I can stop tripping over my tongue. The rock sounds hollow. You would breach a cave ceiling. You need to tunnel to proceed. You are not allowed to remove that reinforcement. The cave wall is already destroyed, so you stop mining. This tile is protected by the gods. You cannot mine here. There is no space to mine here. Clear the area first. You cannot have cave entrances meeting diagonally. You fail to produce anything here. The rock is stone hard. Huh. You hear rocks falling from the other side of the wall. A deep shaft will probably emerge. Is that it? Is that it? I think that was it. The cave wall sounds hollow. A dangerous shaft, or a dangerous side shaft, could emerge. It's not exactly it. Yeah. So the one that's listed here that says you hear falling rocks from the other side of the wall, a deep shaft will probably emerge. Says that this message appears when there is already a mine nearby, but there is too much of a height difference to connect the two mines. There's looks like just a few more here. You cannot create a tunnel here. The stone under the surface is something harder than normal rock. You are not allowed to mine here. You are not skilled enough to mine on such steep slopes. You cannot reach the ceiling. And the last one, you need at least 21 mining skill to install a stone or metal mine door. So, not getting the exact message. Different site says dangerous side shaft message when joining same height tunnels. Consider the following: a downhill tunnel created with the standard mine down command, and all slopes adjusted from random to exactly 20 slope. And it's got a series of X's, where X is a wall tile and blank is our tunnel. Now a cave collapse occurs at V, but V is a metal vein that will take forever to mine through. So it shows the same series of 5 X's, 2 rows. V is actually on the third X in the middle. So I know it's a little confusing the way I'm trying to describe it, but um, picture a two-lane road. The one series of X's, there's five of them going straight down, one right under the other is one lane. There's a space. Another series of five X's going straight down would be the second lane. The V that they're just mentioned would be dead in the center. So that's what they're saying. Now a cave collapse occurs at V, but V is a metal vein, yada yada. So instead of mining through the vein, we would like to mine around the vein. Um, that's not actually telling us what we need to know here. That's correct height. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure whether I understand you right, but dangerous side shaft is not about height. Any height, even drop shafts, after a warning, which can be ignored and overridden, will adapt at the corners. Dangerous side shafts is about diagonals. This often results in that you can mine out such a tile from one side but not from the other. In other cases, it needs to collapse the neighboring tile, forming the diagonal gap. Then mine out the tile previously warned about, then the collapse tile. Um, Not sure if I understand that either. Um, let's see. So that one's doesn't look like it's going to actually help us either. Um, yeah, this particular site isn't going to tell us anything. Um, ooh, this one looks promising though. Where did it go? That's surface mining, mine doors, tunnel excavation. Skill and difficulty. There we go. Warning messages. Okay, the cave walls sound hollow. A dangerous side shaft could emerge. That's the exact same message. Um, Occurs inside a mine. This message appears when the tile you are excavating shares a single corner with an existing tunnel. To excavate it, you must first excavate so the target tile shares an entire wall with the other tunnel. Um, okay, how do we do that? Let's see. Yeah, it says C. Where did it go? See example to the right, and there's no example to the right. So yeah. Okay, enough of that nonsense. Let's get back to this. Um, let's see how are we doing for time? We're okay for a minute. Um, so, man, will you let me look? Probably not. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, this is that other spot that we saw, so we definitely know that goes that way. So we need to go back up here and look through here. Okay. So I guess what it's saying is if we go down, oh, we go down, that's actually kind of perfect. We go down one further, it's going to share that corner or something. So maybe there's still a way. Maybe we go straight through. Well, see, the first time it said that, look right here, that wall will break soon. Interesting, but we're not getting that again. Yeah, it's not giving us that message again. And I'm trying straight forward as well as down. Okay, there we go. So maybe we just need to keep trying to go diagonal. Or down, whatever. Let's just give it a few more actions and see what happens here. Gotta watch our stamina. I just want to get through this wall. And we're not getting that message when we go down. So maybe we still need to go, maybe we need to go forward, then down, and then turn around. Does that make sense? How many rocks do we have here? Let's see. 41. let's see if it keeps going up. Does not appear to be going up by trying to mine down. What about if we go forward? Guys, I think we might be stuck here. I don't think it's going to let us go. Yeah, it's not collecting rock shards regardless of the direction we go. So, how about we close that and we ignore that tunnel? I was kind of hoping to be able to see if the previous guy got, oops, where are we at here? Got, or found iron down there, but let's do a quick prospect. Okay, so just to show you, my prospecting's at 22. It says you start to gather fragments of rock. You would mine stone, rock shards here of good quality. Now, is it this wall? Good gravy. I get so spun around back here. Where's my exit? Ah, there's my exit. Okay, so we're going to come back this way and turn around so we know which direction we're headed. Okay, so this wall here, we're going to mine forward. And we're going to grab, where you at? Right here. There we go. Now we've got a pile somewhere around here. There we go. We'll open this. Doesn't matter which one we grab, but typically the bottom one is going to be the last one. So we'll take that, open our inventory, and we're going to right click and analyze that rock shard. Okay, you cannot see any unusual traces of anything. You take a closer look. Cannot see any unusual slight traces of anything. You finish it. Okay, so what this means, for those of you that don't know, traces mean that it's reasonably close. Slight traces, it's further out. So if you envision this as the spot that you're working, traces would be just on the outer edge here. It would be this square, for example. Slight traces would be the next series of squares around. Okay? So picture a bullseye. An archery target or whatever. Your bullseye is going to be where you're at. Most archery targets or what have you, traditional targets, will have the bullseye as a red ring or a red circle, excuse me, and then there'll be a white ring on the outside of that, and then another red ring, and then a white ring, and then another red ring. The very first white ring, the one that's closest to the bullseye, is going to be your traces. Slight traces is going to be that next red ring outside that. Hopefully that makes sense. Makes sense. I don't know. I'm kind of a visual thinker, so I tend to come up with examples that I can think about and visualize in my mind. But that just tells me that there's nothing literally within a few uh, tiles of where I'm mining, and that's fine. Worst case scenario, there's if I don't run into iron sometime soon, um, there is another mine just up the hill that I've already found iron in. That was left by a previous person. It wasn't collapsed, or at least I don't think it's collapsed. Um, the entryway hasn't collapsed, and there's iron just inside the door, or inside the cave entrance. So not a big deal. What do we got here? Soul just increased to 23. Okay, so there's my floor. This is the wall I'm working on, I think. Cave wall, cave wall, cave wall. Oh, there we go. So yes, this would be my floor. Turn this direction. It is indeed this wall. I think we'll bust through this wall and we'll go ahead and call this one. Um, I have done some work in um, my son's room, trying to get it cleaned up and prepare it for being turned into my office. And it won't be just my office, but that's where I'll be doing a lot of the recordings from, hopefully starting next week. So as soon as I get home from work, I can just go in there, close the door, you know, start doing my recordings, uh, get get everything set up. I will, if I can get that part set up, then hopefully by next weekend. So not this coming weekend, not Sunday. Sunday will still be the Iron Man saga. Hopefully by the next Sunday, um, I will have my Ethernet line ran, because right now I'm running on Wi-Fi, so everything runs a little slow, a little choppy, a little bit of lag. But hopefully I will, because I'm halfway across the house right now from the router. Um, so hopefully, if I can get all that taken care of, I will be doing periodic tests of live streaming. So if it's not Sunday and you see a notification, if you've signed up for notifications, if you subscribe to the channel, um, and you've clicked on that bell so that you know when I've got a new video out, and you see a notification saying, hey, I'm live, more than likely I'm testing, unless it's on a Sunday. I don't want to do live streaming during the week. So if you're seeing live streaming pop up, um, and you want to, give a shout out or what have you, um, then, by all means. But I probably won't be gaming. Rock is too hard to mine. Are you kidding me? That's cave floor. Where is my wall? Okay, so it's got to be this. No? Oh, I guess I already broke through. So this would be the next one. Let's see if we get any traces from this one. So we're going to hit it once. Bang. We're going to grab these rock shards. Remember, I said it's probably going to be the lowest, the bottom one in the run. This one was actually kind of garbage, but we're going to analyze these. Nothing. Another way you can tell whether or not you've analyzed something, if I right click on this and try to analyze it again, it gives me an error message. Same with this one. Okay. Looks like someone has tampered with the rock shards, and therefore you decide not to analyze it. Nobody tampered with it, but that's the message you end up getting. So that's where we're at right now. What in the world is here? Open. Oh, I found a sapphire. Nice. Well, how about if we take these rock shards and I'll exchange them. There. Yeah, that's a fair trade. 2 rock shards for a sapphire. Um, yeah. I'll work with that kind of a deal. As long as I'm the one getting the sapphire. Let's go out here. We'll drop this in the box too. Plus, I want to check on the emeralds and make sure they're not decaying and all that good nonsense. So keep in mind, tomorrow I will not be online. If I am, it'll be late at night. No damage. Good. None on the black pearl either, or black opal. um, my treasure maps are starting to get damaged, but that's okay. I have no clue about these beer steins. They were in there when I grabbed the place. So yeah, tomorrow Saturday, I will not be um, doing videos tomorrow because that's my day at church. If I do, it'll be late at night, and um, yeah, I don't know. I don't see myself doing videos after spending 12 to 16 hours at church, um, and working on all their video and their audio system and all that stuff all day. Sometimes you just kind of need a break. And then Sunday is the Iron Man saga, over on Seattle Sanctuary, on my public server. Um, so that's pretty much an all-day project as well. I am going to try to get some GM time in to work on the roads a little bit. I may pull you guys in for one of a little bit for one of those videos, just to show you what I'm doing. Um, I want to try to work on the starter area a little bit, but I've got a bunch of stuff that I need to do for the Iron Man saga. There's the card I pushed off that belongs to somebody else. Um, and then, of course, the oak stump that I can't seem to get rid of. It will not let me destroy it. Um, there's another one right there. There's no option to bash. I can take it. Okay, I can pick it up, but it doesn't let me destroy it. So if I go out here, hopefully I can get back up. And since I'm going out there, I may as well, oops, take this one too. We'll run out this way. And we'll swim out a little ways. And we'll drop these there and swim back before I die. Did they go down? Yes, they're down there. Here you go. They're now underwater and out of sight. I can't do the same thing with that cart. I pushed it as far as I can, and it won't let me push it any further. As you can see, it's kind of stuck on. Let me get it right there. Well, that's the border of the tile, but it's stuck on that tile, which is 137 slope down. If that tells you how far above the water, or tells you how deep this water table is. Right here. Oh, doggone it. Go, 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 go. I've learned my lesson already. I don't play around in the water. Not on this server. I tend to die in the water. Whew. All right. There we go. Now we're back on land. We'll call it there. I'll actually step back from the edge a little bit. Oh, there you go. There's Jackal. There's Valerie. Valerie. However you pronounce it. I don't see Haven. I don't see the other one. But apparently there's our sun here on Earth, because that's the name of our sun, is Sol. Um, so yeah, that's where we'll leave this one. Um, Again, I'm not going to be putting out videos tomorrow, but if I do, more than likely it won't be commentated. It'll just be kind of me running around doing whatever I do. I may end up actually putting out a um, uh, what is it? Casual gameplay night. Yeah, that's it. A little half-hour clip of just me playing. Um, I don't know yet. It really depends on what time I get home from church. But despite all that, um, if I'm gonna promote the server. If you want to come over to Seattle Sanctuary, you're more than welcome. Come on over, check it out. It's a custom made map. There's a ton of free space. Um, that pretty much every resource available is on the map. Um, to my knowledge, there's only a few of us that have created deeds so far. Yes, you need coin to make your deed. However, I am implementing other methods um, for you to gain coin. I'm going to be putting merchants on here pretty soon so that you can craft a few things and come sell them to the merchants. I'm trying to implement trade routes. Um, the bounty mod is already on there, so you can kill creatures and earn coin that way. You can also bury them. As I understand it, I haven't tested this one yet, but as I understand it, there's a chance that you can find coin just from digging. It's not going to be a whole lot, but you may find a few coin here and there. No, you cannot purchase coin on any website, any official server, any unofficial server that'll work on my server. It doesn't work that way. I don't want you to pay your way in. I want you to be able to jump on, play the game, enjoy yourself, and you know, make some stuff, sell it to other players, sell it to the merchants. I mean, worst case scenario, go make yourself a few rudimentary tools, not like the crude tools, but the next, the iron tools or whatever, and find someone's deed marker. There's a deed marker at the spawn-in place. It belongs to Alpha, my GM. Go to that deed marker. Sell your iron tools. Go make, you know, uh, uh, crates, and sell that stuff to uh, the deed marker. You can do that. Sell off the stuff that you're not going to use, that you can craft, to a deed marker somewhere. Go to Wurm-Unlimited.com. That's right here on your screen. It's Wurm spelled WURM, then a hyphen, then unlimited.com. In the search box, type in Seattle. That's my server. There's only one that pops up. Seattle Sanctuary is the server you're looking for. Open the description for it up. Just click on it. It'll open up a description. In the HTML web page spot, you click on that link, it takes you to our live map. So you can see where all the deeds are. You can see the roads that are being put in. It's updated roughly every 15 minutes. Um, so you have an option to go check out the map. You have an option to, if you scroll further down, you'll see every mob that's in the game, every mob that I'm going to be putting in the game, and every mod that I'm considering, along with a description for each one. It's a brief description, but it's a description. It'll give you a basic idea of what each one does. Each mod has to be configured. They all take time. I work a full-time job. Beyond the full-time job, I have 3 dogs at home that need care. I have my wife at home that needs my help. I've got my church that I'm very dedicated to. I play bass in the praise and worship team. That takes time, practicing our songs. Band practices every Tuesday night, so that takes a little bit of time. And then I go on Friday nights. In fact, I'm going to be leaving here in just a little while to head to the church to unlock it, so that me and a few of the other, um, you know, people. Um, it's another deacon that tends to show up, and our drummer that shows up on Friday nights to be able to start setting up the entire sanctuary ready for tomorrow morning. And then we continue to go until we're done. Sometimes that's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Then we're back at the church at 8 o'clock. Service doesn't start till noon. But praise and worship practice starts at 9 o'clock. So somebody has to be there to let the rest of the band in to be able to set their stuff up. And then I'm running the sound booth all day. Service is usually over by about 2:30, 3 o'clock. Then we have fellowship afterwards, which is usually about an hour, and that's where people can sit down and enjoy a little bit of a snack and socialize a little bit, while the rest of us are packing everything up and putting it all away. Sometimes I don't get out of there till 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and that's every week. So 12 hours easy, um, which is why I typically don't get a lot of videos out on Saturdays, if any. But this is what I do. So there's not a whole lot of time to be able to manage the server and get everything done that I want. I've got a laundry list of things that I want to get done for the server. I mean, I know there's no starter town. That's why I put up a billboard, and I put up the deed token. I put up a guard tower. There's a coffin that has, I believe, compasses in it, and a crate that has mirrors, or vice versa, because I knew there was an error when I logged one of my alts in and noticed that I didn't have a compass and I didn't have a mirror to be able to customize my character. Okay, well, if it can happen to me, that means that other people that have logged in, that may have logged back out, didn't have those items either. Well, recently I noticed that there was no rake, mainly because old Biddy pointed it out to me. She didn't get a rake. So I got looking on on the same alt. Guess what? No rake. Well, now it's been fixed, but now I got to go in and add another box. So if somebody didn't get their rake, they can come over and they can grab a rake. Free of charge. I'm not charging. This is stuff that you're supposed to have at the start anyway. But it's stuff that got overlooked because everyone that creates a character on my server has custom gear. So it's all cloth armor. It's a spear to start with. Yeah, I know. Typically, you start with leather armor. You start with a long sword and a shield. I don't want to be like every other server out there. I don't mind a little bit of a challenge. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the starter gear is. It all is garbage. I get that. So it's not going to matter if it's cloth or leather. It's not going to matter if it's a spear or a sword. It's all garbage anyway. So if that's your complaint on why you don't want to come over, well, fine. Go grab a different server. But if you don't care and you enjoy a little bit of a challenge, it's a wide open server. Have fun. Find a spot. Go explore. It took me almost 2 hours to go from the starting location, just following the coastline south, just to get to where the Iron Man saga area is. That's real time hours, not game hours. Almost 2 hours of solid running. That's how large this map is. It's a 4K map. So, um, yeah, there's a ton of area. There's plenty of mountains for you to make a mine. There's a lot of flat spaces for you to be able to build on. There's a ton of trees. Um, Glimmer steel is available. Adamantine is available. Um, every type of tree available in Wurm is available. Huge sand plots, large clay deposits. There's peat all over. I mean, I made it really easy for people to get a start no matter where they wanted to start because they wouldn't have to go probably more than 5 minutes away from that area and find every resource they needed. Um, so that's kind of where we're at. Um, check the wormunlimited.com um, server description if you want more information. I will try to relay more information as time goes on and keep you guys up to date, but that'll be separate video, separate series. That'll be um, in the private server playlist, is where I'll try to post those videos. But anyway, um, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.